And Piper must have had fun redecorating the entirety of both of Paige and Phoebe's rooms. How did she get all that exercise equipment up there? Lifted it, I guess. Do you think she got Chris and Leo to help? Of course she didn't. Because she wouldn't have been able to get Leo to help because he's an elder and he... Like, how is she can't even call him when she needs him because he's so busy doing elder stuff that he's, she hasn't seen him in months and that's why they had to break up because he's never around. Chris was wearing just a 2. What was he wearing a 2 for? I don't know. I mean, the numbers are on clothes sometimes, Maybe he's the second child. Leo and Piper's second child? Or Leo, I don't want to suggest it. Leo and another witch. Wyatt and him could be half-brothers. But let's stop this Chris speculation, shall we? Because Leo and Chris, they have this whole... They have this whole friendship thing that they've been building, Anyway, let's talk to YouTube. It still feels very father-son like, but hey everybody, it's episode 11, I think, or 12. I think it's 12. It's episode 12. Forget about that whole 11 thing. We already watched 11. Do you remember it? It was all about peace and love, and how we can solve our Slimer problem if we just talk to it and give it a hug. Just hug the slime, everybody. Hug the slime. You're good for it. But Paige put on some red shoes. She clicked her heels 3 times and she wasn't in Kansas anymore. But it was a wild time, the 60s, wasn't it? Do any of you remember it? I don't. We got to see Grams looking ever younger. She'll be like a little kid the next time we see her. And we got to see her first husband. They're canonically the girl's grandfather, right? Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, we saved his life. And then he took matters into his own hands. And now Grams is back to her. I think she's been changed a little, but she's back to normal, in a way. So, this one's called Prince Charmed. And that's all there is to it. I don't know if we're going to see Grumpy or any of the dwarves in this one, or Snow White. But looking forward to it. Yeah, last episode didn't really move any of the Arky stuff forward, except for the fact that they have moved out, Phoebe and Paige. Piper misses them. And Leo and Chris are more friends than they've ever been. Oh geez, I see snow. I see snow. Maybe there will be Snow White. Maybe it will be Snow White. We have white snow.
Come on, let's go skiing.
Who the devil is this? Is she in a dream? Wyatt.
Wyatt?
He must be pretty special. For you to give up everything.
Everything, dude.
Wyatt?
Oh, Jesus. Shields up. What was that? We got him. Did he drop something?
At last, we have found him.
Uh-oh. Who the hell are these? Remember the triad? There's more than 3 of these guys. I always celebrate when Daryl's in an episode. Last time he had the world's largest afro. Bruce Payne? Oh, Batman's evil twin.
It's not the demons, it's his birthday stuff, especially Piper's. I always screw up the surprise.
Oh, birthday.
Plus, I have no idea what I'm gonna get her, and obviously time is running out.
Well, being a mom, I can tell you that a nice normal dinner with friends and family is a perfect gift.
No, the perfect gift actually doesn't exist anymore.
What do you mean?
Do tell. It's a charm bracelet that Mom gave Piper, and Piper loved it, but then Prue lost it. Why don't we just cast a lost and found spell?
Yeah, let's find
I
it.
tried, it didn't work.
Is Jason coming to the party?
No, he's in some faraway land like Zimbabwe or something. I really miss home. I'm happy to be here right now.
What about your beau?
Richard? No.
Is he off the wagon?
He's kind of got a bit of a problem with magic. Yeah, magic just doesn't like him. It's a long story.
So it's just us then?
Are we going to talk about it
What
though?
about Leo?
Yeah, we kind of thought that was inappropriate.
Hey everybody, it's episode 12 of season 6 of Charmed. Phoebe, we're not in Hong Kong anymore. We never even went there. You know, visually, we never, like, we brought Phoebe out of it, and she was dressed orientally like. But now we're random places, Zimbabwe or whatever, and we're just traveling around until Phoebe finds her way home. And Paige and Richard, well, Paige and Richard's relationship is being written off screen, you know, because of this massive problem this guy has with magic. You know what I mean? Like, we've never really seen it. We've talked about it quite a bit, but it's never really been a real issue. People have had an issue with him doing magic. Remember when he cleared their sink? The blockage? But we never see, like, it's not like he cleared it and then he was like super mean afterwards or something. Like, oh, he told Paige to shut up or something. And then they were like, hey, you need to stop using so much magic, Richard. We've never seen anything like that. So it's funny that just in the start of this episode, it's like, hey, is Jason coming? No, he's, I don't know, somewhere. Hey, is Richard coming? No, he's got a problem with magic. He can't be around magic. We got to deal with it, right? They either have to break up or we have to deal with it specifically in an episode. But it is funny just to sort of mention it without dealing with it, you know? To keep bringing it up even though we haven't seen it. It's like if somebody kept bringing up that someone was an alcoholic, but you've never seen them have a problem with alcohol. They had a sip of wine in one episode, but, you know, nothing happened, and everybody's like, oh, did you see? He has a sip of wine. And also, he's got a casket of wine in this room that we found, like his potions room for magic. Anyway, surprise party. Are we doing a surprise party, or are we doing just a normal party? And the bracelet. We gotta find the bracelet. These are the two things we gotta do. Prue lost it. God damn it, Prue. Maybe Shaq stole it. You know? One last screw you to the Charmed household. God damn it, Shaq. Bring back that bracelet, dude.
That's her. Out. Okay.
Orb them away. Orb everything away. Yeah.
Hey, how's that surprise party going?
This is like episode 3. Or is it episode 4? Episode 4?
Just do me a favor and don't invite Greg, or any other guys for that matter, because I'm done with them. I'm actually thinking of selling the club, because I have a new mission in life.
Did she say she's selling the club?
Do you guys know that Wyatt called me Mama?
He did.
Aww.
Oh, his first word.
Right after he was attacked. I don't think I'm gonna be putting that in his baby book. It's kind of freeing, actually, you know, not having to play the dating game. I mean, I gave it my best shot. I did, but it didn't work out for me. Apparently, you only get one soulmate in a lifetime, so I guess Leo was mine.
Yeah.
And now I'm ready to devote my life to protecting and raising Wyatt.
She doesn't need a party. She needs an intervention.
Yeah, it's weird. I gotta stop it again for this very specific plot reason. I was all on board telling her stop dating and it's weird and this is so weird. Why it scared them away. But now that Piper's accepting it, I'm like, this is so weird. Now that Piper's like verbalizing things, like, I guess I'm just destined to be alone forever, raising a child on my own, and that's all my life is going to be, and I've accepted it. No, it's like we've gone to the opposite end of the whole, and Leo is apparently my only soulmate. We need to find some sort of compromising balance, you know? Or a healthier outlook on things, you know? The fact that it's okay to be single, that life doesn't revolve around finding your soulmate, or your life isn't defined by partners, you know? And that the way Piper is accepting being single and alone forever is not healthy. There's perfectly normal ways to say, hey, single is not so bad, you know? I don't know why everybody's chasing people so much. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I have a lot to say, but I don't know how to say it. Anyway, what are we going to do? Are we going to do a spell? Summon up a Prince Charming for her? For her birthday? A special Prince Charming surprise? Maybe get Cupid involved? Anyway, there's demons coming. There's like at least 6 of them. Well, speaking of them,
he led us long ago, and once he returns, he will lead us again.
Long ago. You go next. It's the prophecy child.
A birthday present.
Prince Charming.
A birthday present. I think she needs a little love back in her life. I am making the perfect man. He's just gonna be around for her birthday from midnight to midnight.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's write down some qualities. Qualities? What do you mean qualities? You know, qualities.
Think, Phoebe.
I think she wants, a strong man, but someone that's not afraid to show his sensitive side. Sensitive, but not a wussbag.
Not a wussbag, got it.
That's a really big. Paige. Is this the perfect guy or what? All right, throw it in.
How am I supposed to protect Wyatt if you don't tell me when a demon attacks until hours later?
I'm taking care of it.
That's fine, but what happens if this demon was the one? The reason why I came back.
Well, then you're in luck, because I blew him up. Demon's not in here.
Well, what's it look like?
Robed with a metal rod thingy.
Well, that narrows it down. What if you're not here? What happens if you're on a date with the fireman or whoever else you're seeing this week?
No, she's giving up men, Chris.
What? Piper, you can't give up on love. You don't have to make that type of sacrifice to protect Wyatt. That's why I'm here.
Well, since you're sent from the future to change it, maybe this is one of the things that needs to be changed.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
Believe me, it's not.
Hey, you don't have to worry about me, little buddy.
Leo left me a birthday present. How sweet.
Are you sure it was Leo?
Sweetie, go back to sleep. Okay, I can't think of anything else. One more thing. Magical pheromone. To help Piper be a little bit more receptive since he's only got a day. And I hope this doesn't backfire,
How could it?
For a date, honey?
When does it ever backfire? Get him some clothes.
Perfect.
Well, at least he's only there for a day.
So remember, she's gonna freak. Big time. So you just get as close as you can to her.
This is so stupid.
Please. You created me to know exactly what Piper wants. Don't worry.
He's got this. Ladies, it's for Piper.
Since when is Piper into hot Latin types?
Yeah,
Since I
Phoebe.
put in the hot Latin
Yeah,
type
Phoebe.
ingredient.
Oh, she's gonna frickin' obliterate him straight away.
Happy birthday, Piper.
Baby! Paige!
Yeah.
What's going on? Who is this?
Happy birthday!
Well, this is your birthday present.
Hired a guy for my birthday?
We made him.
Yeah.
magically.
I know you're pretty mad, aren't you?
I know we should have used more pheromones. Hey, why not take advantage of him while you can?
It's all sorts of weird.
You know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh, just throw him at her. Yeah, throw him at her.
Are you alright?
Yeah, no. Are you wearing cologne?
It's the pheromones kicking in.
So, what are we waiting for?
The demon.
We'll take care of the demon.
Well, what about Wyatt? I can't just leave him.
Can't we take him with us? You know, maybe go to the fair. The zoo.
I don't think we should be involving Wyatt in this.
Cool your jets, lady. It's for Piper. Right. Stay on target. Yeah.
Oh, yay! Here, my favorite place, on top of the bridge.
What's up? Your son was attacked yesterday.
What?
Don't worry, he's fine. Piper vanquished the demon.
Well, we have to figure out who he is in case there's another attempt.
On that point, I have a radical suggestion.
Oh, he wants to bind the powers.
We get the sisters to bind Wyatt's powers.
No way.
But then he won't be able to do the shield thing.
Wyatt wasn't brought into this world to be bound. I can't condone that.
Yeah.
Unless there's something you're not telling me.
Oh, so many things.
All right, then we need to figure out who's after Wyatt. Okay? Just close your eyes.
Nope.
Rely on your inner senses. Listen to the wind.
It's pretty breezy. Oh, it's working. Can they hear them? There's not going to be many left. Maybe there will be a triad at the end of this.
I find your lack of faith
Disturbing? Darth Vader, dude.
Without reassurance that he can be converted, their evil may splinter off, scatter.
What do you suggest?
Another encounter with the child. To read his mind again, to better see how his morals have been twisted. I offer myself to the cause.
Well, it's your funeral.
But the witches will be prepared this time, which means you'll have to go in as someone they know.
The mailman? Yeah, that one. Go in his Darl.
Why are you in such a good mood? It's nice to practice magic without feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Guess we all have guy problems, right?
Something like that.
Where's Piper?
On a date with Mr. Right?
A demonic cult called the Order. They used to be the most powerful force until their leader was vanquished.
They think he's been reincarnated.
Yeah.
He's young enough to be turned evil, especially by them. Where is Wyatt? Is he with Piper?
Well, help here. Where have you been? Then we went for a boat ride, and then we had a picnic.
Where is he?
In a park. Huh.
Where's Wyatt?
Oh, he's coming.
Leo, it's okay. He's only here for a day.
Hello.
Who are you?
You know, just a date. A guy.
Why not call me David?
David. Okay.
You've always liked the name, no?
Isn't he perfect?
That's so ridiculous.
No one could ever replace you in Wyatt's eyes. And Piper wouldn't want anyone to.
Yeah.
And don't forget to turn off the demonic alarm system, you know, in case the baby mistakes him for,
Do we just turn off the alarm system?
See, he's somebody who knows exactly what she wants, and he's just gonna be here long enough to straighten her out. You don't want her to live life without love, do you, Leo?
We'll talk about this later after we deal with the Order.
This is about time. I just wanted to drop this off.
Oh, sure, yeah, they're upstairs.
Thanks.
Come on, fake guy.
Maybe we should cancel the dinner party.
Fight him off. Does her perfect guy know jujitsu?
Daryl, right?
Right.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just want to...
Just bought the little guy a present.
Can I speak to him alone? I wouldn't change back, dude. You could get out of here alive. What did we learn from this little outing? Oh, the shield came down.
He's ready to come home.
Daryl?
He's okay. He said they didn't get anywhere near him.
We've been talking, and I think we need to give Chris's idea another chance.
Ooh, the binding.
About binding Wyatt's powers.
You can't be serious.
Actually, she's never been more serious.
This doesn't sound like you, Piper.
Piper wants to protect her son. She wants a normal life. This way she can have both.
He's using his pheromones to convince Piper.
I mean, this could be...
Oh, what? Just another big bad evil thing that's coming after him? Yeah, we got it.
Nobody takes him seriously.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, because it's going to take the power of 3 to bind someone as powerful as Wyatt, and I'm not going to support it. Neither am I.
Oh, outvoted.
Leo, why don't you orb Wyatt up there until we can figure this thing out?
Gladly.
David, right?
David?
Why don't you come with me and let the girls talk alone for a minute?
What's Chris doing with David?
So you got quite an influence on Piper, don't you?
Well, I just reflect what she
Yeah,
wants.
he does.
So they, what, just wrote down what she wanted and that was that?
I guess.
Are you gonna add
Let's see.
something? This is Trixie, Chris.
Huh. Pheromones. What the hell?
We pour them all in.
Phoebe, his life is in jeopardy.
Paige, please help me. Well, I think that... Ow!
Here he
Oh, dear.
comes. Let me help with that.
Just relax, okay?
Now do
All the
Phoebe.
tension in your shoulders.
Now do Phoebe.
You're right. Hey!
I'm here for you, Phoebe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Knock, knock. Oh.
Just in the nick of time, Darryl.
Come on, have a seat.
What about Wyatt? Anyone?
Anybody?
Child. He's gone.
He's gone into Sparkle Land, guys.
But they won't keep him away for long. We'll wait.
How long have you known the girls?
14, 15 hours, I guess.
Did you say ours?
For my birthday.
Yeah.
Hell of a gift.
Oh, we just wanted to remind Piper the importance of love.
Really appropriate gift, isn't it?
What about me?
You shouldn't have to hide your secret anymore.
Yeah. Tell Jason. Tell him everything.
What about my dinner?
Magical, Paige. Just the way I like it.
Yeah, magic all the time, Paige. Magic all the time.
Wyatt? Anyone?
Later.
Is this some kind of demonic thing?
No. It's some sort of messed up thing.
Yeah, it is messed up. How about we come back
Maybe we
tomorrow?
should go.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Hey, off of the lap.
Too many pheromones. Too many pheromones. Food fight.
You're gonna play with cake.
Orb out of the way.
Cake.
Well,
How the hell are you making them happy if they're fighting? Get them to bind Wyatt's powers now.
Are you sure about this?
Leo?
are we really gonna do this? Yeah. I don't think so.
We're binding Wyatt's powers.
What?
We already decided.
You can't be serious.
Red alert. Oh, they just turned him evil.
He's one of us now.
Chris, do something. Well, now we've done it.
You don't seriously believe this is my fault, do you?
It's just a big coincidence we all fell under Mr. Right's spell.
I was only trying to protect Wyatt.
By tricking us?
I had to.
Why?
Because the only reason I came here is to keep Wyatt from turning evil.
Oh, he finally told them. He finally told them. We've had a real goofy episode up till now. A real morally and ethically dubious episode up till now. But now he's telling them the truth. Do you know what? See how quickly they got in? What was with all the crystals? Why didn't the crystals work? They set up all these crystals and they did nothing. I know Darryl picked up one, but they brought that back. Does it not? Is it because they appeared upstairs? I don't understand the crystals. And then those guys just materialized in, zapped Wyatt in the eyes, and that was it. Done. All this season, lead up to this. Whew, Chris has finally told them the truth. So now it's like we turned a page in the overarching story. What now?
Don't you mean stopping evil from hurting him?
I didn't think you'd help me if you knew the truth. The evil from the future I came back to stop isn't a demon. It's Wyatt.
You're lying.
No, he's gonna grow up and terrorize people with his powers. Kill even.
Yep.
See, he thinks bad is good now and good is bad.
Okay.
That's why his shield repelled you.
So?
So Wyatt brings a shield up around me.
Oh.
He thinks I'm a threat. That means his shield will protect him from you, but not from me. I'm the only one who can save him. Let me help.
We don't need your help. I will get my son back, and when I do, I don't want to see you anymore.
You? That's what you get for telling the truth, Chris.
I'm sorry.
Behold, he has returned to us, to his rightful place.
Watch your back, dude. Get blasted. Get blasted.
He protects me now.
Now undo the reverse the polarity.
Pick up the scepter and point it at Wyatt.
Watch yourself, Chris.
How come he didn't raise the shield back up for you?
I don't know. Looks like he trusts me now, at least.
But is that it? Is that the thing? Can you go back to the future now? Oh, don't we all wish we had the top of the bridge to sit on?
Good place to think, isn't it?
What do you want?
Just to talk. You know, Chris, trust is a precious commodity. Once you lose it, it's pretty hard to get it back.
You never had it in the first place, Leo.
It's not my trust that matters, it's his sister's.
I know. So what do I do?
Just be straight with them, that's all. Don't manipulate them. And for what it's worth, yes, I do trust you. After all, you saved my son from turning evil, didn't you?
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, there's more threats, probably. Have to be vigilant. Oh, it's almost midnight. That means Mr. Man is going to disappear.
Listen, thanks for cleaning up the mess. You really are a perfect guy.
My pleasure.
I feel like I should apologize or something.
Why? I'm okay with what's about to happen. Did you at least have a good birthday?
It was a weird one.
Interesting,
Eventful.
to say the least.
You can't live without love, Piper. That's all your sister were trying to tell you. Don't ever stop dreaming about me. And never stop looking for love.
Don't dream about him. That'd be weird.
Happy birthday, Piper.
Ah, the gift, right? From Leo? Oh, it's the she lost it. Yeah, Prue lost it. It's a bracelet. That's really sweet. Oh. That was really sweet at the end. I didn't even think about that because they set it up and then they didn't. We never kind of went out of my head then. It was a perfect way to end that episode. There's a lot going on with this episode there's a lot of different things going on with this episode. One, we've got this story about Piper and love, right? Two, we've got a story about the overarching stuff with Chris and Wyatt and how that has subtly changed now after this episode. And we also have this episode about this cult of people. I don't even know who they think he's the reincarnation of. Their once their leader was reincarnated as Wyatt, and now they have to turn him evil so that he will be their leader again. You know? Like the source. Remember the Phoebe's baby? The source of all evil? Remember that? A little like that, but with a different cult. Let's talk about them, because they were interesting but also sort of goofy. As is the case with most Charmed films, they don't last past one episode, but you could have seen them last past one episode. With with their whole setup, you know, if they'd taken slower steps and we see glimpses of them, you know, a bit like the Triad. But I love when they're just throwing guys, testing out the model they made of Wyatt and his shield and all that. You tried, oh, it burned up. Arrgh. How about your model just, you know, gently stuns whoever's trying to get through or do its thing? You know, instead of obliteration. It's like, imagine making a copy of one of the Charmed ones. Like, imagine making a copy of Piper, right? They scan Piper. And they bring a copy down to their lair. And they're like, we gotta defeat Piper, so we made a copy of her. And now let's try and get the copy. And copy Piper just starts killing them all. There's gotta be a better way, you know? How about when she tags you, like it's a bit like laser tag, you're just like stunned, you know? Ah, you failed. Let's try to come at it a different way. Instead of giving the model full power over your cult. Hey, but that leader guy, he was brave at the end. You know, when they scanned the second time? I still don't know how those guys got in to the house without the warning system going off. I don't. I know they said to turn it off at one point, but I thought they turned it all back on. Or you know what? Forget about it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is also an episode that doesn't work. Let's talk about Piper's storyline and the perfect man guy. It's an episode that doesn't work gender reversed. You know? Where there's a group of guys conjuring the perfect woman and they're all falling. They're all Googling or, you know, oogling her, and they're all making jokes about her, and they give her to their friends for their birthday, and they're like, "Ooh, have a good time later." It doesn't work the other way around. It's very seedy, and for my brain, I had to kind of detach that part of my brain that was like, this is not right. None of this is good. You know, I had to detach that part of my brain in order to enjoy that part of the episode, because the guy they conjured, hey, he was pretty cool, you know? On his own, that character, that guy, perfect gentleman, perfect, you know, he was like the perfect guy, giving good advice. You know, he wasn't overly creepy or anything. Piper trusted him with Wyatt. She walked in the door with a balloon hat without Wyatt, and everybody's like, "Where's Wyatt?" And she's like, "Oh, he's coming." Oh, it must be those pheromones, you know. That because in the same episode where she's decided to abandon men and focus her attention on protecting Wyatt, because Wyatt was just like attacked at the start of the episode, in the exact same episode where Wyatt's life was deeply in danger, she's just leaving him with a magical guy that was created with a spell. She doesn't not a care in the world. Yeah, he's out there, he's coming. Don't worry about it. This guy that I've met for a few hours, I trust him with my child is the source of all, you know, people trying to attack us and get him. You know? But we can put that down to just her mind being affected by the pheromone stuff, right? But later on in the episode, Chris, and I was like, "Chris, don't do it. That's kind of dark, Chris." You know, when he's reprogramming the guy to get him to convince the rest of them to bind Wyatt's powers. They're like, "Oh yeah, don't try and convince them with, like, don't try and force them to agree with you," you know? That's the argument they used against Chris. But that exact same thing is what Phoebe and Piper were doing, or that exact thing was what Phoebe and Paige were doing to Piper at the start. Not only were they thrusting this guy upon her, they were physically pushing the guy on her so that Piper's mind would change. those two were doing the exact same thing that Chris did later. You know? It's an interesting parallel. He uses the guy to convince them to do the binding spell, and Paige and for their own good, and that's exactly what Paige and Phoebe were doing for Piper's own good. Everybody in this episode is doing things because they think they know what's best, and there's no communication. There's no Paige and Phoebe didn't talk to Piper about making the guy. They just did it and then threw him at her. And Chris didn't talk to them. Well, both parties tried to talk to the other about it beforehand, but were ignored. But, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I found it interesting, the parallel there. The Leo thing came out of nowhere at the end. That was a really touching moment. He got her the perfect gift. Now, did they set up the perfect gift just in this episode at the start? Yes. We haven't been wondering about that for years. Although there was that one... What was that? Was it a ring? There was something... I remember a spell where we were trying to find something and then everything we'd ever lost was suddenly appearing. Very early on in like a season 1 episode or something. I don't think it was a bracelet though. Yeah, we did set it up in this episode. So it's another one of those set something up just for the plot and then resolve it, self-contained. But very sweet, very touching. And I was all ready to be like, oh, that was a goofy episode, an interesting episode. Oh, I don't know what I think about this perfect man spell thing. And then the Leo's gift to Piper is just like, oh, wow, that's... Wow, That just hit the perfect tone, the perfect... It's a very quiet gift. He wasn't there handing it to her to get her reaction to it. He left it for her. Yeah. It's hard to explain it. Maybe it's because I'm so in on Piper and Leo being a thing and don't understand why they're not a thing at the moment. And I hate all her escapades into dating world, But it really worked for me. So it elevated the episode a lot. Just that one moment. Just that one moment. For me. I like that Chris is now... He has told them the true stakes. The true reason he's back here. It's not that we're protecting Wyatt from a demon. Although it sort of is. It seems explicit now that... It's like this episode where demons were trying to change his morality. That somebody does something to Wyatt that makes him that way. And it's not just losing his parents. Although I still think that's a more realistic take, or realistic way to go with it. Losing parents, losing his loved ones is what makes Wyatt bad. And not just some demon came along and whammied him. And we gotta get that one demon. The first story is more interesting than the singular demon story. But I don't know. Chris doesn't know. Or if he does know, he doesn't know he knows yet. And every time somebody attacks Wyatt, he's nowhere to be seen. Well, he was there the second time this episode. Or the third time. But he wasn't there when the Sword Man a few episodes ago. He wasn't there when Piper was dreaming in this episode. Anyway, the other two, who were before the pheromones thing before he was directed towards both of those, to Paige and Phoebe, they were eyeing him up. They were sort of wishing they could go with the guy, sleep with the guy. Hey, Paige, Phoebe, Jason, what about Jason? What about Richard? Do you care about those people? Do you love them? I think there's something about it. You see, this is why I said it's not gender reversible. It's not okay to for, like, I don't know. Imagine Leo and Piper are in a relationship, right? Which they have been for a long time, right? Imagine, because we're talking about Paige and Richard and Phoebe and Jason now, both in relationships for a significant amount of time, months, right? So just imagine Piper and Leo when they're together for months, right? And Leo sees this girl and just starts flirting with this girl in one episode, and he's all over her, you know? She's giving him massages and he's like, you know, wishing he could sleep with her. It's not okay. You're in a relationship with Piper. You should not be having those thoughts. Before the pheromone stuff, before Chris did the spell. But it's okay. It's apparently it's okay the other way around. It's okay when, sure, who cares about Richard? Who cares about Jason? They're barely in the show, you know? And they're far away, and it's not really working out because, you know, Paige, the ultimate witch, can't do her magic around Richard. Like, how did they even get together in the first place? And Phoebe just wants to come home and date the guy next door, but Jason's flying all around. He's on the moon right now. It's okay because the relationships aren't working. It's not okay, is what I'm saying. In the real world, it's not okay. In the show, it works, but it's interesting to think about it because it really isn't right. It doesn't work. It's funny, and maybe I should think of it that way, but I don't know. I don't know. My brain can't help but think of these people because I've known them for so long as real people and with real emotions and real lives. Thank God, Daryl and they said her name in this episode and I did not remember it. They are solid as a rock. There was no problems here. Perfect Man wasn't flirting with her. She wasn't flirting with him. No pheromones were happening. They recognized the situation for what it was, excused themselves, and left. Perfect couple, perfect attitude. You know? They were like, oh, it's one of these episodes, is it? Let's get out of here. I thought it was a birthday episode, but it's one of these ones. So an interesting mixture this week, I know I spoke a lot about it, of half a Vegas episode, half an arc changing, show changing episode, and with little sprinkles of how the stories are going for Paige, for Phoebe and their relationships, and Piper and Leo also, how their relationship is sort of progressing. I don't know what they're doing with that, because it's like every other episode this season, we end with Piper and Leo in some way, with a tender moment between them every other episode. We'll see where it goes. I'm fascinated by it. I am fascinated by it. And, the best thing about this episode and the timing of this episode is that I just, like a couple of weeks ago, I just watched the season 1 episode where they cast a spell to get guys. And that backfired horribly. It just backfired horribly. And Phoebe should have remembered all of the things that Piper wanted in a guy, Although the spell they cast, it's almost like Phoebe didn't have to, or Paige didn't have to tell the spell specifically what Piper wants. He just seemed to have some sort of ESP about it. He was just like, I know what you want. I'm your perfect guy. I already know what you're going to say. I already know what you need to hear. And, yeah. But it is sort of like hiring an escort for somebody's birthday, isn't it? We paid for somebody to entertain you night and day for your birthday. and they're going to take care of your child as well during the date portion. I hope you're okay with that. And he's going to come into your bedroom when you're sleeping. She should have obliterated him the second she saw him. The stranger in her bedroom. Right. Next episode. I only talk so much because I love the show, you know? Used Karma. Used Karma. Oh, The Legend of Sleepy Halliwell is the one after that. None of that. Right. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time for Used Karma. And we're going to see... Be careful with your karma, you see. I don't know what I'm saying. But you'll find out next time. See ya.